Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Toonami Squad podcast sessions. I'm your host, Sam, at Samster299. With me today, we have the other Sam.
Hello.
We have Steve.
Yo.
We have Logan.
Yo.
And for the first time in one of our traditional podcasts, he was there for a 10-year special, but this is the first time he's joining us on our usual. Andre.
What's up?
Thanks for being on. This has been the longest gap that we have had a podcast because typically it's usually how much news happens between then. But this is actually the first time where the block has been stable for a few months, so there hasn't been much to talk about. But now there's a lot of stuff to talk about. But first off, do our usual of what are we watching? And considering the amount of time between the last podcast and this one, I'm not going to go over everything or else we'd be here all night. But I briefly just want to touch upon the highlights of summer 2025 anime. So one highlight for me was Rascal Doesn't Dream of Santa Claus. That was a great time, and it's almost finishing with like a movie next year. So that's bittersweet. Another big highlight: Dawn to Dawn season 2, freaking fantastic, and season 3 is confirmed. Can't come out sooner. To Be Hero X. I did a whole discussion on that. It's really good. Watch it, please. And let's not forget peak freaking shonen Togen Anki. Like Luffy better run because Shiki's gonna be the next shonen mascot.
This is the sound of me putting a toaster inside a bathtub.
Oh.
And yet it still has better animation than One Punch Man season 3.
Oh.
God.
And fall 2024 is here. My Hero final season is out. That's amazing to watch. Disney has an anime now, Twisted Wonderland. That's interesting. And Spy Family, Your Best Man Back. And aside from that, saw some theatrical stuff. I saw Tron Ares because I'm a massive Tron fan.
Troning.
Yeah, unfortunately, because Jared Leto and just that movie was fine.
Apparently, nobody learned their lessons with Morbius. Is that he is
Yep.
box office poison.
Yep, and so the movie didn't do well, and that means Disney is going to ignore Tron again, and that makes me sad. Aside from that, I also saw Demon Slayer Infinity Castle Part 1 of 3 because
Mid.
I liked it, but dear God, it felt like putting 5 episodes of anime back to back to back, and ugh. And then on the opposite side, I saw Chainsaw Man Raise arc.
Peak.
That's peak. Honestly, that is very peak. And that's about it for me. So what about you, Sam?
So to not be here all night, let's just talk about the highlights. I saw Dawn to Dawn season 2, great season. Grand Blue Dreaming season 2 during the summer, that was also fantastic. I also watched Alien Earth. That is a fantastic series. I really recommend it if you like the Alien franchise. I also went to go see a couple movies. I went to go see, obviously, Demon Slayer and Chainsaw Man, but I also went to go see Perfect Blue in 4K. Perfect Blue is still a great movie. As for the fall shows that I have been checking out, this season has been kind of so I've checked out a few shows, but the stuff I'm sticking with is Sonda. That's a pretty good show.
Oh yeah, Sonda.
And I think that's it for what I've been watching.
All right, Steve, what about you?
I guess the first show.
And Call of the Night season 2. Sorry.
All right, so I guess the first show I'll highlight that I've seen, or at least it was the past season, was the summer Hikaru died.
I forgot about that.
That was a fantastic
So
watch.
good.
Good show.
Yes. And as a group, or at least me and the two Sams and Silver for one episode, we decided to take a dive into Takapi's original sin.
Yeah, I forgot about that too.
Oh my god, how traumatizing that was. Like, we thought we knew pain. We thought we saw Made in Abyss. This is nothing. No. Oh, no. Oh, we were so wrong. So wrong.
This is the kind of show you watch and then you go to the shower and cry for a good hour.
I took
Yes.
it like a champ.
Yes. But, yeah, also as a group, we decided to watch Hamilton just for the hell of it. But, yeah, I also watched To Be Hero X. I was also part of that discussion. I guess for this season, your typical, as like, Sanda, My Hero Academia final season. Keeping up with One Piece still. Cannot believe that's going to be going seasonal soon. And yeah, Twisted Wonderland exists, and I cannot believe that is a thing.
I can't believe it took that long for Disney to even like experiment doing anime based off their properties. But yeah,
Not really.
Honestly.
They've done that before.
Yeah, but honestly, other than that, just movies, same as everyone else. Demon Slayer, Chainsaw Man, and yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
all right, Logan, what about you?
Nothing really from the seasonals or anything like that. I have been rewatching Dragon Ball Super, although I sort of broke my media server temporarily, so I haven't been able to watch that and finish it up in the last couple weeks. But mostly was rewatching that before I went through Daima again, even though I've been sort of watching it on and off on Toonami. But so there's that. Work-wise, I actually have two things I can mention because they're both announced. Blackjack, the Dazaki OVAs, those are really good, and I can't wait for us to release those. Shameless plug. They come out in December.
What version of Blackjack is it?
The original OVAs.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, they're quite good. Like literally not a bad episode in the bunch, in my opinion. The other, which I literally just watched the other night, was coming from Whole Grain Pictures in February, just before Valentine's Day. Again, shameless plug. Big Boobs Buster, which, despite the name, is hilariously like body positive, and the third act swerves in a direction I did not expect it to. Very, very interesting and comedic movie. Don't watch it with your parents. It's it would be awkward.
Help!
Yeah, that's yeah. Otherwise, as Steve mentioned, we did that Hamilton group watch. That was a good time. I didn't go and end up seeing any of the recent movies like Chainsaw Man or Demon Slayer. Mostly because timing just didn't work out. I did want to see. I haven't watched Chainsaw Man, but I wanted to see Demon Slayer, and just like I said, timing unfortunately didn't work out. So that's about it. Hoping to catch up with some of the seasonals at some point, but we'll see when that happens.
I say with Demon Slayer, I don't think you really missed much.
That's also kind of the thing. It's like I'm not entirely sure I missed that much, so maybe I'll just wait for it to come to streaming or home video or whatever. So we'll see.
All right, Andre, what about you? Have you seen anything?
Typical stuff last season. Dawn to Dawn, of course. My Dress Up Darling. Season 2, fun as always. A couple of Cuckoos, which I happened to come across. Very funny show. I've been pretty entertained by it. My two favorites from last season that weren't Dawn to Dawn probably were Rascal Does Not Dream of Santa Claus, and of course The Summer Hikaru Died, because who doesn't love a good horror, scary, homoerotic anime? So I was kind of scared to watch the English dub. I only saw a clip of it, but I'm like, I don't know. I don't feel like these voice actors are like in love with each other, And then, of course, the greatest show from the summer. What's so funny?
I know where this is going.
I don't understand. Like Nuki Tashi. The greatest show from last year. I'm sorry, it just was.
Clearly,
the story is just simply incredible. The plot, if you know what I mean, is simply incredible. Watch it with your family. It's a good coming of age story, in my opinion. And then this season, obviously, My Hero. I'm surviving One Punch Man, watching some Ranma.
Yeah.
And then
What a
I've
letdown
just
One
been
Punch
trying
Man
to.
Season 3's been.
Yeah, I've just been trying to go through a backlog of anime of questionable taste. So Ayakashi Triangle, Ikki Tausen, Strike the Blood. I still haven't finished, but I'm getting there.
All
Also, watch those with your family.
Real quick, there were two things I forgot to mention. One, I'm watching Trigun, the original Trigun.
About goddamn time.
Because
Yeah.
I saw Stampede, and then y'all learned that I didn't see the original, and y'all
Yes,
learned
and we
crucifying
bullied
me.
you into it.
Yeah.
Bullying
And then-
works.
And then the other thing I saw was a Back to the Future 40th anniversary screening in the theater.
Which you
'cause-
live tweeted the entire time. I'm like, the
No, not the entire time. Only like a few moments, and I still.
but you
was
haven't
being-
seen the movie in full.
I will kill you until you die.
Tweeting at the movie theater is crazy.
No,
Yeah,
I didn't
I know.
tweet it. I didn't tweet. I just posted in our Discord, and it was only a few moments. I was
Being on
still
your
seated
phone
to
at the
whole
movie
thing.
theater is crazy.
No, I wasn't on my phone the
Thank
whole
you.
time. God, fuck. It was just literally. It'd be like pull out, take a picture, put it back down. I was not like
Pull out game
out-
week.
I hate this. But yeah. So anyway, let's actually start moving into our topics
Yeah, I
now.
guess the
So-
one thing I did that wasn't like life thing is I went to Portland, Oregon for like 2.5 days because my flight was delayed day one. And that was a fun trip, even though I saw my team lost again.
I almost went, but I couldn't.
All right, so first topic of the night. So, alongside the premiere of Dawn to Dawn, we just kind of had our minds blown at like, oh yeah, Toonami looks a little different, doesn't it? And holy shit, after 4 fucking years, they finally changed their look. Which I know to some people don't care. Others, like me, care very much. But oh my god, like Toonami finally has a new look now, and it's just like it was such a breath of fresh air after so long because I was getting really tired of the old look so much. And also like it because whenever they change their look, I get a little inspired to start, doing some graphic stuff, and I kind of surprised myself by even doing a small like animation to go along with my compilations to keep up the look. But I'm just like this is not going to be a long topic, but like just wanted to bring it out there that holy shit, Toonami has a little new look now, for the love of God, thank God, after 4 fucking years. Sam, how do you feel about it?
It's nice to have a new look.
Okay, Steve.
About goddamn time. Like, granted, there's probably factors in why it took so long for a rebrand to happen. But yeah, the old look lasted like 4 years, I want to say.
3
It
years
did.
because it came
3
out in
years,
2022.
Yeah,
2022.
Still crazy that the old look lasted this long. But yeah, honestly, so refreshing to have a new look for the block. It so refreshing. Like I like from a look perspective, I like it a lot. And yeah, good on Toonami for finally doing a rebrand because or did it need it?
Did so much. What now, Logan? Do you have any thoughts on the new Toonami look?
It looks nice. I like it. It's clean. Not much else to say about it. I mean, it color-wise, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. It feels like they didn't kind of change things up that much from last time. Like maybe it's just me, but yeah, I don't know. I like it.
Yeah, although the one thing this rebrand taught me was that holy shit, my recordings for like the past like 2 years, or just since I started doing it, the colors have been very like dark and washed out, and it wasn't until the new look that I noticed it, comparing it to other footage, and I feel like a dumbass because now I change it and it looks much cleaner. And then when I go back to my older footage, I'm literally like, how did I not notice this back then? I'm such an idiot. But yeah, it's this is a short topic. Andre, I doubt you have any thoughts about this.
No, I
But
mean, I
yeah.
saw it. It does look nice. It's always nice to get a nice little refresh in every now and then, especially if it's been a while, you know. Even if it's not like the craziest in the world, not everything has to be, you know, once you have a defined look.
Yep. Hey, well, that was a short topic, but I did want to talk about it. Now on to some of the heavier stuff. So, I feel like lately, whenever conventions happen, we psych ourselves up and then constantly get let down. It's like the clown makeup again because it's like, oh boy, guys, Aniplex has a panel. Oh boy, guys, Viz Media got a panel. Oh boy, guys, like Adult Swim themselves will have a panel, and then like we get like nothing from any of these, and it's like, oh, great.
To be,
get
to
some
be
stuff.
fair, though, we learned our lesson with the Aniplex thing after like the second convention where they hosted that 20th anniversary panel and they were all exactly the same. Like we learned our lesson with that one.
But yeah, so like New York Comic Con happened, and aside from yet again being let down from Aniplex, I mean, we did get some updates on Rooster Fighter, regards to the English dub, but I'm like with the cast and all that. But I didn't want to add it as a topic because it's like all we know is an English dub, but
An English sub is coming. That was going to
Yeah.
happen regardless.
Yes, but the other thing was surprising, which I think the day before they announced that there's going to be panel. Was it a Primal panel or just like an Adult Swim panel?
I think
or
it
something?
was a Primal panel. If not, it might have been just a Gendy Tartakovsky panel. But I think it was a Primal panel because it was them directly talking about the
Season
development of
3.
Primal and then season 3. Because I guess if we're going into season 3, the original plan for season 3 was that it was going to be more of an anthology, much like how that episode in Primal season 2 was, which it was completely separate from the main storyline of Spear and Fang. But they decided that they didn't like the ideas that they were going in, so instead they shifted back and focused on Spear.
But didn't he die though?
Yes, he did die, but he's back as a zombie. He got better. Yeah.
He got better.
The decaying face is normal. Don't worry about it.
So yeah, Primal, we got a trailer for season 3 of Primal, and to our surprise, Spear is back. He's a zombie now, and it's coming in January, which I'm already gonna assume that it's gonna be the same as before. It'll be like a Thursday premiere with the Toonami encore. So I'm already expecting Primal season 3 come January. But yeah, Primal season 3, we got a window, we have a trailer, and Spear's a zombie now. And I'm just like, okay, I don't know where this is going. I wonder if this is about the same time as where season 2 left off. Because season 2 had a bit of a time skip to where he had a child and she's grown up, and Spear and the baby dinos are grown up too. So I'm just wondering if it's set in that or if it's later, but who knows? We'll learn more about it. But Sam, how do you feel about the Primal season 3 trailer and what we know so far?
Looks promising. Hopefully it sticks to landing. I mean, I really loved Primal season 2, so hopefully they continue onwards with what made Primal season 2 great, and I hope it's a good story of what they're trying to tell with Spear this time. Not like it was bad the last time, but considering that he's now a zombie, it's interesting. It's an interesting concept and idea. It's all about execution, and we'll see how it comes out.
All right, Steve, how do you feel about the Primal season 3 trailer and news?
I kind of am way as Sam one, honestly. Zombies is an interesting concept. I thought, probably like everyone else, that they were just going to continue with what's it called, with Spear's child with season 3, but apparently not. We're doing the zombie thing. Okay. So I hope it's good. It's Genji, so it should be good, but who knows?
I mean, just because getting made it's not it's automatically. I saw Fixed, and that wasn't really all that great.
Oh God, that exists. I forgot that exists. I had to forget that exists.
Well, I know that you swear by Primal after you fought so hard to put it above Samurai Jack on the tier list.
I mean, it's still an S tier show. I mean,
yeah. Logan, how do you feel about the Primal season 3 news?
I mean, it's good news. My biggest thing is, and I think Gendy's kind of at the point where I shouldn't worry about it, but all I ask is that I just want to find out, or once I see it, I just hope that he wasn't like pressured into making this instead of the anthology angle that he was hoping for, or planning for at some point. I just hope it wasn't some like case of executive meddling, being like, well, we want more of this, so you have to make this, because I just, he's been through enough of that BS in his career, and I feel like he's got enough of a pedigree with his work that he should be able to just do what he wants. So hopefully that's what happened with this, and it was, his decision to go the direction it's going. I mean, I think it looks interesting. It's, it's an unexpected direction for it to go, in my opinion. So, yeah, I mean, I'll give it a shot, obviously. I mean, I think it looks good enough. I just hope it's what he wanted to do, and not a case of, being forced into it in order to, get to do anything.
Well, I was also going to say, doesn't he have like a role at like Cartoon Network Studios or Adult Swim or something, where he's pretty much just given
contract in place.
He's given like
for
free reign or something.
I don't know about that, but he did sign like an agreement for like a specific number of years to work on ideas for Cartoon Network Studios. So that can be for Adult Swim, for Cartoon Network itself, or for many different streaming services or whatever.
All right. Andre, did you ever watch Primal? I know you tweeted a few episodes for us, but I don't know if you ever saw the whole thing.
I watched an episode or two here and there. That's pretty much it. It was also like, I don't even know how many years ago at this point. I just remember there being dinosaurs and no dialogue.
Yeah, that's the show in a nutshell.
Yep, that's the show.
All right, well, but yeah, it's Primal season 3 January. I already imagine that's gonna be coming to Toonami like when we hit the new year.
Probably somewhere around mid-January, probably.
We'll probably know more once we finish the year.
Well, I mean, there's going to be trailer rollouts probably in a few weeks.
Well, they're already airing the trailer on TV.
Yeah, but they're just saying January right now. There are probably going to be more detailed trailers coming very soon. They're going to be building that up. Marketing's going to be really fast for that show, so it's going to be a quick rollout, basically.
All right. Well, anyone have anything else to say on Primal Season 3 before we move on?
Nope.
Okay. All right. And now for the topic a lot of us are excited for, and I know that's why Andre is here, because we had a show finish, and it's a show we all love so much. So sing it with me, guys.
You definitely messed that up.
I was really hoping...
Nothing.
I was really hoping y'all would come in.
No.
Because we did that last time.
No.
I hate y'all.
You get nothing.
Honestly, we could just replace this whole segment with just voice recordings from the last time we talked about Don to Don season.
Yeah, because it's no surprise how many times we've talked about Don to Don, but now we got to talk about it officially as a Toonami show because it aired on Toonami. Season 1 of Don to Don came and went. And oh my god, it's a fucking great show. It's a really fucking great show. God damn it, it's so good. But yeah, Don to Don. I love it. I love it a lot. I don't know where to start. But pretty much, like, I guess, because when the show was coming out, they did that whole like theatrical event of like, putting the first 3 episodes in the theater, and I went to go see it. and I really knew nothing about it because I didn't watch a whole lot of the trailers. I just knew that it's about a boy who believes in aliens and a girl who believes in ghosts and all that. And I guess they're getting hunted by both of them. So yeah, I went to the theater for that, and then I saw those first 3 episodes, and I was literally like, holy. Like I literally felt like, damn, this is gonna be something special. And yeah, as the show was coming out on the simulcasting, it was just like I was getting like invested more for their relationship than anything else. But I don't. Fuck. Like I'm sorry. I'm just like. My brain is like in the middle of processing. Sam, do you have anything to say about season 1 of Don the Don?
I've really seen Don the Don season 1. Well, actually, I've seen Don the Don season 1 twice in full. Once when it was premiering, and the second time when it aired on Toonami. So, upon rewatching it again, it's fantastic. Like, I think the thing that really, because to make it basic, because I've already talked about Don the Don a lot. I like it a lot. But I really like how the show focuses on relationships. How it's about relationships first and foremost, about love, how love can come in weird places. And that's really the whole point of the show. And I think they do a fantastic job of describing real relationships. It's not like other like shonen anime where
relationships don't exist.
Yeah. Or if they do exist, they're pretty much fantasy, kind of. But Don the Don kind of does something very unique, is that it does portray accurately what a relationship is like. How in a relationship you can bicker with one another, how you can have deep feelings, but you can also be kind of like angry at each other. It's a very... And once Toonami gets to season 2, and beyond, whenever season 3 comes out, obviously they're going to further develop on that. And I think it's a fantastic of what they managed to accomplish with season 1 as a whole, and just doing just that. It's really good at that.
I just wanted to also say how like I'm still kind of in disbelief that like Toonami got the show, because it's like, well, okay, yeah, like, but it was just like, because this was also at that time to where we really were just at the, like, we were kind of in our lowest point, but then like we had Bleach and we had Daima and all that. So then for them to announce Don the Don like this quickly, like after those two, was just like, we were not expecting this. And also just did anyone else want to slap the shit out of Ira when she showed up?
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't want to slap the shit out of her? That sounds terrible, but
just like that. Steve, how do you feel about Don the Don season 1?
Well, first I want to say I cannot believe I manifested another show on Toonami. Because
I think you and Eric.
Yeah, like if you remember, like I put out a tweet saying like, I'm not really sure, when it comes to new shows anymore, because I felt difficult to get these days. But if I had one pick, it would be Don the Don. I think I said that like last year on New Year's Eve, and then like 6 months later, they got it. Like, it's crazy how I've now managed to set the show twice for the block.
Welcome to the manifested Food Wars.
That you did. Yet somehow Sam too still fails to manifest JJK.
Got him.
I manifested Zom 100, damn it.
And it got delayed a lot.
Didn't one of the episodes on Toonami get delayed?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like a week?
Because they did a 2-week marathon for Ninja Kamui.
Oh,
and then I think
God.
they did
so they
a
didn't
4th of
have
July
Star.
marathon before Superman season 2 came on. So yeah, it got delayed before it ended.
No, it was Ninja Kamui Marathon, but instead of marathoning the whole show, they split into 2 weeks to where like 1 week was the first 7 episodes, and then the next week was the last 7, and then the week after that was Superman premiering, which Zom 100 was off that night.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I think it also ended sometime in July because I think we also had a marathon or something like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was also the time when we were getting nothing, so nothing replaced it. But anyway,
But yeah, and if you're curious, the first show I manifest Assassination Classroom, if anyone was curious about that. But anyway, Dan Da Dan. I love this show. I genuinely love this show. First episode, I was blown away. But this was my second full watch through of it, and my first full watch through it in the dub. So
Oh,
this is my
man,
first
Al-
time-
Al-
yes.
Yeah, I've only seen the dub, so I can't really comment on the subtitle version. But just a great thoughts. Dub's fantastic. It's probably one of my favorite English dubs.
Oh, it's
out there.
fantastic. I'm
they
genuinely
got
blown away by the dub.
Barbara. They got Barbara Goodson as Turbo Granny.
I know,
It's
like
just her
the
readout.
Barry
fact that we say-
Walgren, Abby Trott.
Like the fact that we say that Dan Da Dan
April.
is a better spiritual successor to Fooly Cooley than the Fooly Cooley sequels themselves.
That's what we keep saying.
Exactly, and they have, Carrie Walgreen and Barbara Goodson in Dan Da Dan. What other show are they in together? Fooly Cooley.
I think they've also been in a few other shows.
Uh.
But yeah, I get what you're saying.
But yeah, like
Oh.
it's just the irony's there. But yeah,
Also-
anyway. Oh, go ahead, go for it.
Sorry, I was just gonna say. Also, Alex Lee as Gigi. Jesus Christ, this is like one of his best roles.
Jeez, Alex Lee is everywhere these days, and I absolutely love it. Like I knew, like the first time I heard him was in Demon Slayer, and I knew he was going to be special from there. Like I had a feeling that he was going to take off, but not like this. Like oh my god, he's in everything now. I love it.
I can't believe he actually got D's nuts put into the show.
Oh my god, he
Got
did
him.
it right. But yeah, like the show itself, like the dub is fantastic. Like what isn't there that hasn't been said already about Dan Da Dan? It's amazing. I hope we get season 2 in the future. Hopefully next year, that'd be great. But
Air it before air it during Rooster Fighter. That'd be
Yeah,
perfect.
you know.
Oh
why
my
we
God.
do that.
I don't like Logan. I'll leave that line to you when it gets to you, because I feel like you're the one who made the joke. You should be the one to say it. But yeah, my only I don't love it. The end is a cliffhanger, but at the same time, like that's my only complaint about Dan Da Dan.
That's like
I mean,
most anime nowadays.
Honestly, like I think Dan Da Dan is perfect with these cliffhangers because the way I'm not gonna spoil season 2, but the way season 2 ended, I'm like, oh my god.
But
Oh my
the thing
God.
is, with the season 2, I get I'm not going to spoil it too much, but with the season 2 ending, it feels more like a season ender than the season 1 ending.
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah. 'cause season
Yeah,
one-
you're right
season
about
one
that. I see you're
ended
right
kind
about
of like
that.
abruptly. Kind
Yeah,
of ended
like,
an arc.
I-
Season
I
1
actually-
a little too abruptly for me.
I actually had friends that were like, "Yo, is there not a new episode this week?" I was like, "Dude, that was the season finale." Is it that was the season finale?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It feels like a
literally-
show
that's-
that was like they knew it was going to be a season. You're already going to get a second season already, and they were like, "Well, we can just end it here." It feels less like a season 2 and more
Well-
like a season 1 part 2, or just
Well,
like they split season 1 into half because it was only a 6 month. It's like a 6 month gap.
Yeah, I know Logan. You know this better because like a lot of companies nowadays like greenlight anime with like two cores or 2 seasons like ahead of time, and it's usually like after the second season or the second core if they actually get more.
Right.
Because-
So yeah, basically what it comes down to is because of the way the production backlogs and things work, the problem you have is if you slot something in and you end up with a popular show, if you didn't like pre-plan for more episodes, you're kind of screwed. So it's easier to book out more episodes, and then if you end up, if your show flops, it's not that hard to give up those slots because somebody else will take them if they can get them. But the thing is, if you need to get them, then it's a lot harder to shove yourself in there if you need to get more episodes. So it's easier to just order a bigger block of episodes and put a gap between them than it is to try and hope that you're going to be able to slot something in, because there are some studios that will be like 2 or 3 years booked out, which is why you see stuff like My Dress Up Darling, where it was, it took several years to get a second season, and they haven't announced a third season. So it's like, if they're going to do one, when's it going to happen? So, and it may not be announced because they haven't slotted anything in. Whereas with Don to Don, they had that gap built in. So when it took off the way it did, you didn't have to worry about it. Now, how long we might have to wait for season 3, that's kind of a question.
Yeah, because that's the reason so many anime currently running are always got two seasons right out the gate, and then they're silent after. Solo Leveling, the Windbreaker, Sakamoto Days, that was technically a season 1, but it had 2 cores, and Kaiju number 8. I feel like Kaiju number 8 was the worst offender of that, but I'm not going to get into that. Yeah, to go back on the Don, because I honestly have trouble forming my thoughts. Unless I write down my thoughts, I have trouble trying to explain it, because I know I've been skipping myself. But I think what I really like about it is Okarin is slowly becoming one of my favorite anime protagonists, just because I don't want to say I'm in his shoes completely, because
just
I'm not
like me, for real.
a tiny bit, but it's I don't believe in aliens, but I understand the whole loner aspect and all that. So just kind of seeing that, and then Momo coming in and all that, I was just this shit, I don't I'm in tears. It's not really, but you know what I mean. And just everything that happens around them too, it's just kind of insane how you there are a few shows that actually manage to tie in the action and the stakes into the emotion to into the relationships and the emotional stuff. It's not like you have relationships and then we gotta stop our relationship for a minute because there's a bad guy that we gotta take down or something. No, it's kind of built in, I guess built in there. I guess with the stuff with the Loch Ness monster in school, and how Momo was mad at him because she thought he was making out. And they just kept getting their asses handed to them just because she was jealous, and he had to snap her out of it. That was one of the highlights of the season for me, alongside what happened at the end of that episode. But yeah, Logan, do you
just to backtrack, because Steve never got to finish his thoughts.
Oh shit, Steve, sorry, my bad. I know we kept on a tangent.
But yeah, I was gonna say how it felt right to see Don on Adult Swim, because it's got the whole love story thing, but the show is absolutely insane on every other aspect in it. The aliens itself were as ridiculous as it was enough, where it felt like an Adult Swim show, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
A group of aliens after your banana organ, or that kind of fits in with Adult Swim. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It just feels right on Adult Swim, because how many Adult Swim shows do we have like that? Too many to count, right?
Potentially.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, I guess to close for Don Da Don, I love it. So happy that we got to see it on the block, and I hope we get season 2 sometime soon, specifically when we get Rooster Fighter, and I'll segue into Logan when it comes to that part of it.
Yeah. Logan.
I mean, the obvious is we need season 2, because I want that cock and balls hour. It's just, I mean, it writes itself. The advertising, it's just there, and I mean, like you said, it's Adult Swim. That fits in with their thing. Why wouldn't you do that? But no, I love the show too. I mean, I'll say it. Maybe it's a hot take to an extent, but I honestly think that the dub is like Bebop tier. In there are a handful of anime that people say are like as good or sometimes even better than the Japanese version. And I mean, yeah,
as someone who's seen both the sub and the dub, I don't think that's too far-fetched.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, especially when you think about the shows that, in my opinion, that are of that tier, you have stuff like Bebop, for me, Big O, Black Lagoon, ironically, all of those with a B, and then Dandadan. So, like for me, those are like some of the like pinnacle of quality English dubs. And I mean, obviously, that's not to say that there aren't other ones out there that are equally as good. But like, even just looking at stuff that's been like on Toonami and Adult Swim in general, like Dandadan is easily up there in the top tier of quality English dubs for me. And I mean, just in general with the show, I read the manga, so I'm well ahead of where the show is, and I'm not going to spoil anything having to do with that. But like, just the knowing what I know from how the show goes on, they've done such a good job, or how the manga goes on, I should say. They've done such a good job capturing everything that makes the manga what it is. The anime doesn't lose any of that. In fact, in certain ways, it enhances it, because there are aspects now that as I read the manga, I can hear the voices of the characters from the anime when I'm reading the manga. Like, they've just done such a good job with it. And I really think that season 2 needs to air on Adult Swim, not even just for the cock and balls joke, because that's just funny. But like, it's such a perfect fit for the block. And like you guys said, the way that season 1 ends, it feels so much more like a next episode cliffhanger that we would have gotten the next week, that I can't see how Toonami would ignore leaving it there, short of them not being able to get it for whatever reason. I just don't see them not wanting to continue it. Now, I do think leaving a gap, especially, kind of to match that weight, it kind of sucks to an extent, but I think it also is good for the health of the block, especially coming into the holidays. It's probably better to wait until the early part of next year to bring the show back. Mm-hmm. So I think from a broadcast standpoint, it would pay off to wait. So, hopefully that's all they're doing, and I guess we'll see.
My one big hope is that, because we always end the year with like 2 marathons, please will have God give Dandadan a marathon, just to give an excuse to like decorate the page in Dandadan art. But Andre, it's your turn. How do you feel about Dandadan season 1?
Season 1 was great to me. I when I first started watching that, I didn't really necessarily know what to expect. Like, I read the synopsis, sure, but it just seemed interesting enough to watch. And then the first episode just hooks you. Crazy story, like the whole premise of the first episode alone is crazy. I mean, and then just like the whole first season, just it goes from like super crazy things are happening with ghost aliens, super funny stuff's happening between the characters. Then you get like a really like sad like flashback to like build up like a character story, like Ira. Man, that was Ira's was tough. That was really tough. Like, that almost got me like crying.
You mean Acro Silky?
Yeah.
Acro Silky.
Oh, Acro. Yeah.
Because I guess it's tied into Ira's, but
yeah, it's tied into Ira because like she saw, or she just like called her mommy or something like that, right? I don't remember. It's been a minute, but yeah, I mean, just the whole show is great. The animation, the music, the voice acting, all of it is just superb. The premise of it is funny. Like, we're just like, this dude's balls got stolen, and now we're gonna go find it. Like, come on. Like, it's just such a good show.
You don't expect the emotional moments for a show that premises itself on a dude gets his balls stolen.
No, absolutely not.
Not at all.
It makes it so good. It just has so much range, and for me, like honestly, after like even including like the second season, I'm not going to talk about it, but like for me personally, like it's definitely in my top 10 anime that I've watched, and it honestly might be top 5 whenever it ends, if it keeps up the way it is, which I'm sure it will, because it's just
I'm kind
incredible.
of I'm kind of with you, because I would say, like, for right now, it is easily in my top 10 favorite shows ever.
I don't
It's
know if I
getting
could
there
put
for
it
me.
that
It's getting there
high.
for me.
I don't know if I could put it that high because I feel like that's such like a high praise to give it. But I mean, like, I guess only time will tell.
Yeah, like
Also,
for me, it's like top 20 at the minute, but I can easily see it reach my top 10 in the future.
Here's how you know it's a peak Toonami anime. Maybe not anime in general, but you can tell it's a peak Toonami anime. It got the full op the entire season,
That is,
Because it's a banger.
and it wasn't
Like, even
the
the
lead-off show.
Creepy Nuts
that's the
don't
thing.
miss.
It wasn't the lead-off show.
no, it wasn't. That was Daima.
yeah,
honestly,
with
skipping
time,
Daima got
that
the cut
opening-
for the entire run.
Yes, they cut Daima's opening short for Dandadan.
Exactly.
If you cut
That's how you know
Dandadan's
it's peak.
like opening, then that's honestly a war crime. Like
they
Nuremberg
they,
trial
they
level.
cut the ending
I'm
though.
sorry, shouldn't have said that. Sorry. To the hog, I would say.
We don't care about the ending. It's whatever.
The ending was good. The ending's really
ending's
good.
How
Like, the
dare
ending's
you? I
good.
like the ending.
I do too. Like, I like the ending, but if you had to cut one of them, let's face
Yeah,
it,
the
the ending is
ending.
the choice to
Yeah,
cut.
you cut the ending. Like, you don't cut that opening. Creepy Nuts does not miss when it comes to any of the openings that they make.
Yeah, and considering that we're about to have 2 shows with Creepy Nuts openings,
We'll get to that later.
Andre, do you have anything else to say about Dawn to Dawn season 1?
No, nothing much. I mean, when season 2 gets on the block, obviously we'll be able to talk more about it. Because I'm trying to like be careful about what I know and don't know, remember, and all that. But I mean, it's just a really great show, and hopefully, season 2 comes on the block really soon.
Yeah. And also one other thing I just wanted to say was that, like, yet again, how much of a miracle Toonami was able to grab this, because keep in mind when the show was coming out, you know, it was always a given of like whenever a new anime gets released, okay, like what jail are we losing the show to? Is Crunchyroll gonna steal it? Is Netflix gonna steal it? Is Disney with Hulu gonna steal it? And to see a show that all of a sudden they're like, no, it's actually getting put on every platform, and it's because like MBS is doing the release themselves with like G Kids handling distribution. I'm like, okay, that's new. And since then other shows have done it, and I was just like wondering like if Toonami could even get a show if it's like this, which I guess they can.
Obviously, they're going to go after Witch Watch next.
Please no. It's a fine show, but it is not. It is not for Toonami.
Mukatashi next.
No, God, no, get out. But yeah, so I guess anyone have anything else to say on Dawn to Dawn before we move on?
Nope. Good show.
Nope. Other than watch it, please watch it, and hopefully we get season 2.
Yeah. So I guess moving on, because we had another show come to an end, and it's a doozy, because this is the swan song to Akira Toriyama. Dragon Ball Daima finally concluded the other night, and it's bittersweet because knowing that this is the last thing that Toriyama worked on while he was alive. And it's just kind of insane that they brought. I was not expecting Super Saiyan 4 to get brought back, but they actually did it. And I think the one thing that blew me away with the show was that, like, the amount of lore dumps that they've been bringing in here. Like, I was not expecting a reason for the Cybermen. Like, they're like, I was not expecting a reason for the Cybermen, like, oh, they're from the demon world and they get sold to Saiyans. And also, like, that apparently they took Boo's essence when Vegeta nearly killed him. And but I feel like the most important lore dumps we've had in the show, Vegeta is a boob man, and he likes having baths with Bulma.
You're just like me, for real.
I just like that, like this. That's how you know Toriyama wrote the show, as he made Vegeta out to be really just showing Vegeta's taste. Uh, and it's a fun show because I see what they were trying to do, because this was also made to celebrate the 40th anniversary of Dragon Ball, which, like, at the time, like, because you can kind of see it because they were trying to harken back to original Dragon Ball, to where they're like trying to go on an adventure and all that. And last podcast I said it had some issues that I didn't, that mainly in the second half, and that's, yeah, you can kind of see the second half is just kind of speeding up, and you kind of learn behind the scenes that apparently, like, they were gonna make the show with or without Toriyama, and like I think they asked Toriyama for some character designs, and he ended up getting way more involved and wanted to like write it. But then, I saw that they were also beginning to animate the show before they even had a completed story. So like things just get said that are just on the cutting room floor. Like, one of the biggest things that people were wondering was that they introduced bugs that, like, if you eat each half of it, then you become a fusion. So a lot of people were wondering if we were going to get like a new fusion based off those bugs. That never happened. And then, like, also because they want to say, oh, Goma, like the main bad guy of this whole thing, is a powerful wizard Majin who has extreme dark magic, more than Babidi and all that. And the entire show, you never see him do anything but whine, and then he gets an eye put in him, and oh, he's all of a sudden immortal. How are we gonna beat him? And it's like, why? Like, a lot, like, he was just I don't want to say the worst. No, yeah, no, he was the worst part of the show.
Let's face it, though, ass pulls like that are a Dragon Ball tradition.
Yep.
But yeah, so like it's just like when you get near the end of the show, it just kind of feels like they're just, I don't want to say all over the place, but like all of a sudden we're rushing to an ending, and a lot of stuff that they introduced, that they talk about, just kind of left under the rug. But I mean, aside from that, just like, first off, like, you could tell that they really cared about this show, because one of the other things I heard was that technically it was completed a year before it premiered, but they actually delayed it just to give it the extra polish, and to avoid a super situation like what happened with the first few episodes of Dragon Ball Super. And they just pull out I've been calling it the Toei animation gas, just because you know when that gas hits. And some of the highlights is Goku versus the third Tamagami, and Vegeta with the second Tamagami, and also like the final fight. Like, despite how much of an ass pull that last fight is, and the way, so it's because at first it looked like he gave him Super Saiyan 4. Like, don't tell me Neva gave Goku Super Saiyan 4, because when I saw that for the first time, I thought back to Battle of Gods, because one of the biggest things in Battle of Gods was that Goku hated how he got Super Saiyan God, because he had to get help from others when he'd rather he have gotten it himself. So I was just like, don't tell me he literally just gave him Super Saiyan 4. And then in the end of the show, he just goes like, oh no, like, ever since Boo, like, I've been needing the train and all that. I didn't think I'd unlock the form. So it's like, oh, apparently Neva didn't give him Super Saiyan 4. He just, I guess, rejuvenated his energy or something. Like, I don't know. But I swear to God, I keep looking back on that last episode. Like, ever since the last episode came out, there are times where I just go back and rewatch it, just because I like rewatching that the scene, like the last fight with adult Super Saiyan 4 versus Goma, and the final. Every time I see that last Kamehameha he does, it's like I get goosebumps. And just to top it off, like with the last, yet again, this is how you know Toriyama wrote the freaking show, was like that last joke where they go back to the gift shop and she's just like, "Oh yeah, these are eyes. These are evil third eyes. I bought them years ago, but they never sold. I only sold one." And that is a Toriyama joke through and through. And for the show to end on that is both amazing and also just really, really hard, considering yet again this is the last thing he worked on before he died. But overall, I love Dragon Ball Diamond. This is a fun time. This is just a fun time. I don't know how I'd rank it. I think I'd put this above Super. Probably like I'd put like DBZ, Daima, and Super, and then probably GT underneath. But yeah, that's how I feel. How do you feel about Dragon Ball Daima Sam 1?
It was fun. Not really a whole lot to say about it. It's just that it's a fun little Dragon Ball show that kind of mends together both aspects of OG Dragon Ball with Z. And as somebody who really likes OG Dragon Ball, that's great. It's a fun little show. I will say by the end, it does feel very short in its run, but I feel like I think it was like a good enough length. Maybe it could have been a couple episodes longer, but I think for what it was trying to accomplish, it did fine. It was a good show.
All right, Steve, what do you how you feel about Dragon Ball Daima?
That's kind of how I feel as well. Like, what it was trying to accomplish, it did, in a way. We lost. We ended up losing Toriyama. A little bit before, a year before Daima aired, I believe. I don't remember. Don't remember at all.
A few months before, I think.
A few months before. Thank you. For a lot of elements, felt like a swan song to Toriyama in a way. Like, what was it? The ending that had it?
The ending had like the bird flying off. That's supposed to be like a signal with Toriyama.
Thank you. Yeah, so like the ending had a little bit of a tribute to him. The jokes in the show was just so Toriyama coded. It wasn't even funny. Well, it was, but holy hell, Super Saiyan 4's canon now.
I always like put the term canon in like quotation marks now because it's like at this point we just have like 3 different timelines.
Fair enough.
It's just like okay, because you have GT, then you have Super, then you have Daima. Like there's no way like you could fit Daima in the same realm as Super. But yeah.
Honestly, fair enough. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed it. It was nice to see to see Dragon Ball back home on the block, and
just like better late than never.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, it was a good swan song for Akira Toriyama. May he rest in peace.
Yep.
I was just very happy that Crunchyroll couldn't take this away because there was a moment to where it really felt like Crunchyroll got in the way. But like no, this is still Toei Animation doing the deal. So I just want to
say, how awesome was Silver's finale thumb?
It was good.
It was great.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
How good was it? It's so like I love his work is so good. I love it.
Yeah, he made that as a tribute piece for just everything Toriyama. Now Logan, how do you feel about Dragon Ball Daima?
I liked it. I mean, I'll admit as a long time, as long as it can be since it's not that old, but I'm a long time Super defender. A lot of people who were super hype into that and then were like, oh, it wasn't that good. And then Daima came along and they're like, oh, this is going to be so much better. And then by the end, they're like, oh, it was okay. And then I'm sure, if and when they make something else, they're going to turn on Daima and be like, it was okay.
Really?
They're Fairweather fans. Like they're always like that.
I was gonna say the one thing I always heard when Daima was when it's announced was everyone was just wanting like Super back, like a continuation of Super, like an adaptation of the manga, like stuff.
Oh yeah, and that was the thing was like you had people that were like that, and then they started showing off stuff for Daima, and they were like, Super, whatever, who cares about that? It's like, yeah, they just they're just looking for the next thing. Like they don't truly care. Which, you know, hey, whatever. I mean, that's, you know, doesn't bother me. But no, I mean, I liked the show. You know, like was said, you know, the whole concept of canon when it comes to basically anything after DBZ, just none of it really makes sense anymore, because, you know, it's so hard to reconcile any of it with one another. You know, I mean, for the longest time, and I even used to say, like, oh yeah, you know, Super renders GT, you know, non-functional, like you can't have it, it doesn't make sense. Well, then the problem is Daima does the same thing to Super and GT. So it's like, at this point, like was said, you know, fine, there's just 3 different timelines. And I mean, realistically, one of the things that I came to realize as I was watching Super, I got through the Future Trunks arc again, and kind of the thing is, Super itself sets it up so that something like Daima can happen as its own separate timeline, and it doesn't impact literally anything else. I mean, Future Trunks himself, that future can't, like, it doesn't exist, but yet it does. And, you know, that future with the androids killing everyone and whatnot, it never happened. But yet, Future Trunks still exists. So what's to say that something didn't happen off-screen in DBZ that made Daima possible to happen, or made GT possible to happen? Like, it just, you know, none of it matters. Like, anybody who's taken it that seriously and like trying to figure it out, you're just wasting your time. Like, just enjoy the show for what it is. And, you know, I mean, to bring Super Saiyan 4 back, you know, it was unexpected, and it was kind of cool to see it again. I mean, you know, a lot of people didn't like GT, but they liked that aspect of it, you know, things like that. So, you know, I mean, it was a fun show, and, you know, it was Toriyama's swan song, and, you know, I mean, it was a good enough way for him to go out on, I think. You know, I mean, of course, I'd love, you know, if he were still around and able to do more, but, you know, as it is, it was good enough. And, you know, so I liked it. Now, granted, you know, what I've watched on Toonami, because I haven't seen all of the dub yet, but what I have watched of it, I liked the dub. I thought it was good. You know, recasting, I'm glad they recast the mini characters for the most part, you know, instead of trying to have the existing VAs, like, voice themselves down. Like, that just would have been a mistake. So,
they probably would have, if they couldn't get Stephanie back, it probably would have been Colleen coming back as
sure. Which, I mean, and that would have been fine, because at least there's a legacy to that. Like, that makes sense. Like, in Goku's case, you have enough justification from previous casting and Japanese casting and things like that yeah, you could do that. That's fine. I'm just glad they didn't try to have anybody else, like, voice down. It just wouldn't have worked. But no, I mean, it was a good show.
Yeah, in Japan, Masako Nozawa, Goku, she stayed the same. Everyone else was recasted. And I was also kind of surprised to learn Stephanie was coming back, mainly because I already mentioned this last time, because anytime Kid Goku is seen nowadays, it's Colleen doing the voice. So I just assumed, like, it would have been Colleen, but no, they managed to get Stephanie and all that, which was nice to hear. Because I mean, yet again, I'm the Zoomer, but, like, I did see Dragon Ball GT, like, original, like, Funimation version, and then a few episodes of Dragon Ball. So it's like I've heard her before. I know Silver freaking was nostalgia overload. Sorry to cut you off, Logan.
No, I was just gonna say, I mean, you know, like, the thing is, especially with something like that, you know, it's not the first time that they've you know, switched actors back and forth, you know, in the past. Like, Android 18 is like that. You know, she was recast in Kai, and then went back to her original voice actress in Super, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure that was the case.
I believe you are correct.
Yeah. And there's a specific reason I'm not quoting original versus Kai, because I can't remember who played which version and whatnot. But point is, yeah, like, they've gone back and forth with that. You know, it's not exactly anything new for them to do that. So, you know, it's whatever. But No, I mean, it's a fun show. I will say that the one major disappointment, and it's not really anything Toonami related or anything with it, but given if that rumor that they held the show for a year to polish it up and everything, show looked fine, but I'm a little annoyed that the 4K box that they released in Japan is a really, really terrible upscaled with like just kind of shitty picture quality. For the amount of money they're asking for it, it's very disappointing when I took a sample shot of a Blu-ray version and was able to blow it up to 4K and it looked better than what Toei put out. So a little disappointed with that, and I'm kind of hoping that when and if Crunchyroll puts it out on disc here, if they do a 4K, I kind of hope, which I don't think they will because it's Crunchyroll we're talking about, I would hope that they would redo the upscale, but I don't think they will, so I really hope they just release it on Blu-ray, and hopefully they don't use the 4K as the source because it's kind of ass.
Toei Animation, do not fuck up a home release. Challenge failed again.
At least it wasn't green.
But yeah, and it's just kind of up in the air of like the future. I mean, like, we know for a fact there will always be more Dragon Ball material because that shit prints money in Japan wants that. So, and apparently there's supposed to be like an event in January about the future of Dragon Ball. So a lot of people are looking at that, which I'll like hold my breath on. But it's just like I don't know how they would do any sort of new material. I actually do know because Toyo Taro, for those who read the Dragon Ball Super manga, essentially he's been the artist behind the Super manga, and he kind of has Toriyama's blessing because when they were doing the Super manga, Toriyama would like write the story, like pretty much just give bullet points, while Toyo Taro was the one to flesh it out and like make the art and all that. And then after the Tournament of Power, and they had two original arcs, and one of those arcs was not written by Toriyama. It was written entirely by Toyo Taro with supervision and blessing from Toriyama as that arc was happening. So my assumption, yet again, just me on the speculation, is that if they were to do any sort of new material, they'd probably have Toyo Taro do like craft whatever the story would be, because he's like, I don't want to say he has Toriyama's blessing. I don't know too much about that, but I know for a fact he was the closest to Toriyama in recent time. But yeah, I guess anyone else have anything to say on Dragon Ball Daima before we move on?
I guess the only thing the only thing we have left to say is rest in peace, Aki Toriyama, and thank you.
Rest in peace, Toriyama Sensei. Thank you. I initially wanted to ask Silver if he could like record his thoughts, and I'd put it up here, but he can't, unfortunately. But yeah, so I guess moving on now. I know Sam's excited to talk about this, but Blue Exorcist. So the last time we talked about Blue Exorcist, we were wrapping up season 1, and they had announced the Kyoto Saga for coming to Toonami, which at the time we were kind of uncertain, but it did come. And not only that, but then we later had the Shimane Illuminati Saga, and we're getting the Beyond the Snow Saga coming soon, which this already tells me, okay, we got the rest of the show, because there's only like one other arc left. So it's like, at this point, why not just air the rest if we already got the fourth season?
So you say that, but how many shows have we had several seasons of that we've never gotten anymore? So don't jinx it.
I'm sorry. But for this, I wanted to talk about Kyoto Saga and then the Illuminati Saga, and then
honestly, let's just kind of condense it down because I really have nothing interesting to say about the Kyoto Saga.
Well, I just wanted to say that, like, because before the Kyoto Saga, we had that god-awful, like, anime original stuff, And a lot of the characters pissed me off in there. So when we were in the Kyoto Saga and we were actually back to like manga canon stuff, like I was actually enjoying the episodes, and my thought process was like, oh my god, this is actually how these people should act and behave, because they aggravated me in the end of season 1. And it's like, my god, it actually feels good, like, because I actually kind of liked where the story was going. One of my favorite scenes in season 2, which unfortunately, considering season 3, was Rin and Shima having a bromance going on, like, because he got drunk. And it's just funny because Shima's like, oh man, why are you gonna make me sit with him? And and then they ended up actually forming a bromance, and then the next day they're all like, why are you talking to him? It's like, why are you hanging out with him? He's like, well, we just hit it off. I don't know why. I just kept laughing at that, which made it more sad considering next season. But yeah, thinking about it, I mean, the Kyoto Saga was good. I think the one thing that like really to take away from that was there was one thing the end of season 1 got right to an extent. Yukio does have some sort of Satan powers. To what he has, we still don't know. I know Steve knows, but we're talking Toonami here. And also, and yeah, so yeah, Kyoto Saga was fine, but then we move into the Illuminati saga, and one thing right off the bat that I noticed is the downgrade in the presentation. Because of the freaking, because I know they had a studio change, because it's been like what 7 years since season 2.
Yeah, it's no longer like A1 Pictures. It's a different studio. I forget the studio's name, but I didn't really think it was that much of a downgrade. I mean, let's just be real here. It's not like A1 Pictures was putting their A team on Blue Exorcist of all shows.
But yeah,
kidding.
but yeah, and then okay, so like what's crazy to me was that like out of all the students, I'm like, oh man, the puppet, like, because they're like, there's a traitor in our midst, and I'm like, oh, it's got to be the puppet guy, because he's never done anything. Like he's never. What does he do? And then they showed him luring Izumo, which, wait, I just want to say, because before we even get started, the one thing I was laughing at the expense of Sam's pain was just once we learned that this arc was going to be centered on Izumo, Sam's favorite character, I was immediately like, oh, let me get the popcorn. Because, God, she sucks. But anyway, but yeah, so I'm thinking, oh, he's got to be the traitor. And then, oh, look, he's trying to capture her. And then, like, literally, you should have seen my reactions in real time, because then I'm like, bro, Shima's here to save the day. Let's go. And all that. And then he pulled out his, I don't know what that move was called, but like his, like, summoning thing with the black flames. And I was immediately like, holy shit, he's this strong, bro. Go beat his ass. And then he stabs Izumo, and I'm like, no, wait, what? Wait. Like, he was the traitor this whole time. And I think what killed me was that like we just had a season where it was set in his hometown with his family and all that. So it's like I would have assumed that like we had his arc. Why, like, so we're focusing on Izumo, but then it really just fucking came out of nowhere. And over the course of the season, he, like, I'm not joking, he was actually one of my favorite characters. And within a few episodes, he went from one of my favorite characters to one of the absolute worst characters in the freaking show. Because I'm just like, brother, how can you strap her to a torture table, almost quote unquote kill her, like her familiars or the gods, I don't know what you call them, but like her dogs, all with a smile on his face, while he still has that like that persona of like, oh man, I'm just just trying to do my job, man, just please. And I'm just like, brother, I hate you so much now. Like, what in the, like, how can you like do all this while you're still just smiling and acting like an idiot? And just like the end of the fucking season, he's a double agent. I literally was just laughing. I'm like, he's a fucking double. Okay, why? Like, no, like, I don't like. I just was like, what the fuck is this? Okay, all right. And now like he's back in school. It's like I don't like this. Just felt so random and out of nowhere. And it's like, why are we doing this? And then to get into the Izumo stuff, because it's like, first off, you want us to care about Izumo, but yet the entire time she's just been nothing but a bitch. And even as she's being captured, like we give us a reason to care, and even after all that, I still really don't care for her. And it's just kind of funny how they like go to like, we're gonna save you, and she's literally like, no, I don't want to be saved, and I'm just fucking just let her die, goddamn it. Like that was literally my thought process. And I don't know, I honestly I don't know how to, like, pretty much like this arc was fine, I guess, because we learned more about like the Lucifer and the whole thing with Yukio, which I'm assuming is going to play a bigger part in the next season. Which, oh boy, this is looking like a Sasuke, like a Sasuke thing. But overall, I just have to say the really just felt fine with the Illuminati saga. Like there were some moments in there I liked, but what's her name realizing that she might have feelings for Rin. I'm like, I'm like hoping that goes somewhere, but at the same time, this is shonen we're talking about, which it could just stay in the background.
She friend zoned him. Didn't you watch the ending of Kyoto?
Oh, that I forgot about that. That.
Yeah, she friend zoned him.
I was dying. I was dying at when they're literally like laying next to each other, and this looks like a confetti. She's like, "I will always be your friend," and then
I felt bad for Rin there because I was like, "Oh man, bro, been there, done that. Friend zone sucks."
And then all of a sudden, that's when the other guys come out, because it's like, because they weren't alone, and then they're all just like, "Brother, you just got friend zoned." I was, oh my. But then, like, yeah, like I guess she realized.
Interject and actually, can we like? Because I want to talk about my thoughts, and I don't want to be here all night.
Okay.
I'm going to abstain from this subject because I just want to hear Sam 1 talk about this.
I got one more thing, and then I'll give it to Sam 1. But I just wanted to say that I guess she actually realized her feelings. But that's all I really got to say. Overall thoughts on this arc. It was fine. I don't want to say it was the worst thing to come out of Blue Exorcist, because in my opinion, I feel like the ending of season 1 and all that original stuff was the worst thing to come out of this. But so I'd probably put this above that. But Sam, how do you? I know you have feelings regarding this season, and he needs a minute. Sure, ma'am. There we go. Which she sat out the whole season, and I know that's one of the reasons he doesn't like this season, because she was in a hospital bed this whole time.
I mean, it's a valid reason to dislike it. I'm not gonna lie. Let's be real here.
Although
no, I will take the moment though to plug Sam 1's Toonami throwback for Blue Exorcist. He posted that. When was it? I've got the website.
I think I was like
back in August. No, August 13th. Okay. It went up. So it's on page 2 of the home page. It's specifically focused on season 1. Good read, especially in my opinion. The stuff it goes over on the anime only stuff really highlights the problems and the few little things that did okay. But good read, and I would definitely highly recommend it to people.
Thank you.
All right, Sam, your turn.
Okay. I didn't really care for this arc at all, and Izumo is a problem with it, but it's actually more my issues with Shima, because that whole agent thing came right the fuck out of nowhere. It was never built up. It was never explained. You kind of got hints of like him using his powers in like Kyoto arc, but you know, he could have inherited that from anything, right? So it's just kind of like, why is he a bad guy now? And even if he's not a bad guy, why is he in this arc? Because I don't think, even when they explain it at the end of the season, it still makes zero sense to me. Because Shima's not really that type of character. Because going from season 1 to season 2 to even the beginning of season 3, he never comes off malicious or hurtful. It just kind of comes out of nowhere, and it just never really becomes anything more than just, well, he's evil in this arc. I'm like, why? Why? This is a stupid reason you're giving. Why?
And then when we found out why, it was even
Well, yes, because
stupid.
even when they explain it, it's just like, that still doesn't explain anything. It's still a bullshit explanation. So the whole thing is like, okay, you want to have an arc focusing on the worst character in the show. Okay, fine, whatever. They've done that before with many different shonen anime, right? But my problem is that I don't think the show does a really good job of humanizing Izumo. So the thing is, with these types of arcs, with these type of characters, you have to humanize them in order to make them feel relatable. But even when they give Izumo her backstory, she's still a bratty child, and it's not really relatable or something that I can even like as a character trait. And like, even like, yes, I could understand like maybe she, like, the whole thing is like, I think with her mother falling in love with a different priest or something like that, she was like kind of exiled or something, like pushed
like
away.
Her mom got around, basically.
Yeah, basically something like that. So she kind of had a bad reputation, but it's like she didn't really grow up in a bad household. None of the people mistreated her, as far as I could tell. So it's like, it does a really poor job of setting that whole thing up. And when you get to the parts where Izumo's mom gets taken over, which, by the way, Izumo's mom, ma'am, when she gets taken over by Ninetales, it's like, well, that's supposed to be an emotional moment, but I don't really feel anything because it still doesn't feel like the show has earned it. I still don't feel any sort of deep emotion for these characters. And that's my big problem with this arc, is that there's just a lot of assholes and just stuff that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Although I will say, I did have fun when they entered the mall and there was a bunch of zombies. I was just like, oh man, they must have played a lot of Dead Rising.
Yeah, they looked like they came straight out of the PS3 too.
So yeah, I mean, like, overall, like, this arc just kind of sucked. It was still better than the season 1 filler arc, but not by much.
I think the other thing I hated was that, like, because then Izumo actually tried to like open up to Shiemi, but even as she's opening up, she's still being a freaking bitch. She's just like, shut up,
dude, like,
I always hated you.
When they were like, we're here to save you, it's like, I don't need your help. I'm like, well, then fucking die then. I don't give a shit.
And then like she's trying to like actually have a moment with Shiemi, but even then she's just like, I fucking hated you and all that. Okay, but I had a sister and she was taken from me and all that. But it's like what are you trying to do here? It's like, are you actually trying to like open up, or are you still trying to like freaking shout at her? Like, make up your mind. God, it's like even when you're actually like having second thoughts about the people around you, you're still being an asshole. Do you have anything else to say, Sam?
No, that's it.
All right, Steve. Now I know you're like caught up on the anime. If you just want to talk about the 2 seasons.
Yeah, honestly, I just watched it through you guys because I'll be real, I was too tired during this arc on Toonami. Like, I was pretty much just getting bed every single night. When the show was airing, yes, I don't watch every show in Toonami anymore. Don't kill me.
Yeah, man, I can't believe you're missing One Piece filler.
Yeah, really, I just focus on the promos. But yeah, anyway, it's all right. It's not the best season of Blue Exorcist. Better than the anime original, sure, but yeah, it's just fine. That's really all I got about it.
Logan, have you been watching Blue Exorcist on the block or just on your own time?
Kind of piecemeal, like it's sort of I'll sort of throw it on in the background because season 1 never really engaged me all that much, and the anime only filler kind of just burned me out on it. So I never really got all that attached to sticking with it. So I mean, I've kind of paid a little bit of attention to it, but it's just kind of there. So I mean, from what I paid attention to, I think Sam 1 kind of summed up everything I could possibly have said based on what I watched. So.
Sorry, I just realized I didn't have my mic on. Is that it?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, and then to then talk about the other piece of news was that like Sam had to suffer an Izumo arc, and his reward is the next arc is centered on Shura because she sat out the entire season, and hey, look, now she has an arc centered on her. But yeah, we're getting
Nature is healing.
I will say I do like this upcoming arc better than the one we just saw.
Yeah, so yeah, we got the announcement and the promo that the Beyond the Snow saga will be coming to the block, and at this point, I'm just assuming
as we record this.
Yes, and at this point, I'm just assuming
recording it premieres this Saturday. At this time of recording,
yes, and I'm just assuming at this point we have the rest of Blue Exorcist because there's only
there's one more arc after this one at the minute.
Yes, I was gonna say let me shut up because Logan brought it up.
Yeah, earlier. I don't know how Aniplex will, because they probably have it already, but you never know. I assume they already have it because it seems like they wanted to lock in a slot for a year. And Blue Exorcist, I mean, it started from season 1 again, so it made sense for them to just be like, okay, we're going for season 1, then we'll go to the Kyoto arc, and then we'll continue onwards from there.
Yeah, so yeah, I do get the second core of season 4.
Is that what it is?
This is 2 cores. It's 2 cores. This one, like. Beyond the Snow is core 1, and I'm not gonna say the name of the second core yet. Is core 2.
Well, yeah, it's because I saw I didn't watch it, but I saw Aniplex make those announcements because they announced those 3 cores back to back, and I just never knew if it was season 3.
Yeah, I think the one we just saw is season 3. I think the one we just saw is season 3, and one that's upcoming is the first core of season 4, and then the arc after that is the second core of season 4. I could be wrong though.
I guess the only other thing I could really say was that I'm looking forward to it, and I'm expecting it'll be better than the last season. I mean, Steve just said it too. Considering that back then I didn't have an opinion on Blue Exorcist because I didn't really watch it. And then I'm thinking about the tier list again. If I was to put Blue Exorcist on, I'd probably give it a B. Because that's what it feels like to me. It's it's a fine show, it's a good show. There are some things in it that I like, but it's not one that I'm gonna put in the pantheon, I guess, next to My Hero or Dragon Ball, or you know what I mean. But yeah, I mean, the only other thing I could say is, yeah, season 4 is coming, hooray! So I'll reserve my thoughts when that finishes. Which I'm just gonna wait until both this core and the next, assuming we have it, finish before bringing it up in the podcast again. But Sam, how do you feel about the next arc that's coming up?
I know nothing about it.
I think I might be the only one who knows about what's coming in season 4.
It's centered on Shura, though.
Because I haven't read the manga, and I haven't really watched the anime past where Toonami's airing it, so...
I guess the only other thing I could just say is like anything else to say on Blue Exorcist.
Nope.
All right. So yet again, we move into that into our last topic, and it's also like yet again because you know how you know what time it is. It's like whenever a show's ending on Toonami, it's like it's time for News Watch. So what are we getting? And then we got oh god, an Uzumaki marathon. Oh, they're doing stalling with daylight savings and doing a shoegaze marathon. It's like there has to be something, and thankfully there is something because we are finally getting the second season of Mashal Magic and Muscles, which I am looking forward to mainly just because of the opening.
Creepy nuts don't miss.
And we're gonna have 2 shows with Creepy Nuts openings on the block.
And one's gonna be shortened.
Yep. But yeah, the Divine Visionary Candidate exam arc, because considering the last season ended with, oh, everyone knows that Mash can't use magic. And it's just funny how he does it because it's funny how it happened because, like, they're just like, oh, like, he can't, like, oh, what he say? It was like, oh, I like they don't know I can't use magic, and then they're like, what'd you say? You can't use magic? Hey guys, look, this guy can't use magic.
He's a big fat phony.
It's literally that. It's like it's a big fat phony. And that's literally how the season ends. So I don't know much about this season aside from it has a Creepy Nuts opening that is a fucking
We're gonna
banger.
get you set up one of the commands. Steve, you know what I'm talking about.
I'm sorry, what was that?
We're gonna get you set up one of the commands in the Discord.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about now.
I'm not gonna spoil it because I've already seen most of season 2.
Well, damn, look at you staying ahead of the game. But yeah, so I mean, I'm just excited to see more goofy shit and him lusting over cream puffs again. And I mean, I like Alex Lee as Mash. Do we get more Giguk this season, or was that only a one-time thing?
I think that was a one-time thing. Don't quote me on that, but I think that was a one-time thing. I don't remember, though.
That's all I really have to say on that. Is like I like Mashal. It's a good show, and second season, I'm looking forward to seeing where that's going. And that's all I got to say. Sam, how do you feel?
Meh. just meh.
Well, damn.
I didn't really care for season 1, and after watching up to, I think I'm at episode 9 or 10 of season 2. I think I don't really care for it all too much. Like the idea, I like the idea of it, mixing together One Punch Man and Harry Potter together. That sounds like fun, but the actual show itself is just like, it's neither. And it's not really compelling shonen either. But, you know, if people like it, that's great for them. It's not for me.
All right, Steve, how do you feel on Mashal season 2?
All right. I will say, because I've seen the entire thing, I do like this season much more than season 1. I will say that. I did enjoy
There's fun moments in season 2. I will give it that. But the show overall still is not compelling to me.
Yeah, it's like it's still not the greatest shonen that been on, but like for Mashal, I think this season's a step up from season 1, and can't wait for you to see. And I will say this is opening because obviously everybody loves a Dandadan opening, but Mashal came first. This Mashal opening kind of broke the internet when it dropped because nobody was expecting it. And then to me, being from Jersey, it's a Jersey Club opening, and I kind of grew up with Jersey Club my entire life, and to hear it in an anime, just jaw dropped when I first heard it. Like, I had to pause the show for like 5 minutes processing, what the hell did I just listen to? Did I just really hear a Jersey Club opening in an anime? But yeah, as a matter of fact, the opening's actually in the promo for
Yes,
Mashal.
it is.
It is.
Because that's the one thing everyone knows.
Yeah, and like I said, it went viral. I mean, you saw even people who you wouldn't expect you make like videos with the song because it blew up that much. But yeah, Sam 1, you're right. We are going to be using that command quite a bit this arc. I'm not going to spoil
Yeah, I mean,
what
like,
command it is.
I mean, I
We'll-
think
we'll
I
know soon
already
enough.
know.
Yeah, you
considering
probably
what the
already have an
name of it
idea
is.
of what it's going to be, and
Considering the
I think
name
the promo
of
kind of
this
hint
arc-
towards it. But yeah, looking forward to Match of Season 2. Glad we have it. And I think it's better than Season 1, and can't wait for y'all to see it.
It's content for the block.
Exactly.
Logan, did you ever watch the first season of Mashal?
I ended up watching it eventually. I liked it well enough. I mean, again, kind of felt mostly, I won't say mostly the same way Sam 1 did, but it was good enough. I mean, I'll watch season 2. I'll probably try and keep up with it on the block because I ended up sort of binging the first season after a bit. Yeah, I mean, it's good to see something on the block. It's nice to see because this, somebody might have said this. It is an Aniplex show, right?
yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, it's good to see Aniplex continuing to bring stuff to the block. It's also, even though again this would obviously make it not Aniplex related, but it's also promising for hopefully Don to Don season 2 because it is a second season that we're getting after a small gap in time. So hopefully that's a positive sign. We'll see what happens, but yeah, I mean, it's interesting enough. I mean, I'll watch it. It's not something I think I'm going to go out of my way to try and get my hands on Blu-ray. Not to mention if it's Aniplex, I'd have to take out a second mortgage for that. But
I already did that with Cyberpunk.
That's true. I did.
Yeah.
Help me with somebody who's good at the economy. Help me. My family is dying.
And we have to put in tariffs with that too, so it probably costed more than that.
Oh god.
No, thankfully it was a domestic release, so I didn't have to import it, so it was not as bad, but yeah, it still sucks.
Yeah. Got anything else to say?
No, I think that's about it.
That's pretty much all I got, really.
The only other thing I gotta say is that because Logan was saying, it's good to see Aniplex working with them, and I'm just like, well, if we're still getting Aniplex stuff, I don't want to manifest it, but I would like to appreciate Windbreaker at some point because that is an Aniplex show, and I actually really, really like that show. Although, if I'm being honest, I like season 2 more than 1, but I'm not going to get into that. But if I was to manifest a show and Aniplex are one of the few that are actually willing to work with Toonami nowadays, for the love of God, give us Windbreaker. But yeah, I guess this brings us to the end, which I'm gonna be honest, I was not expecting it to be this short. I honestly thought we were gonna spend more time than we did, but I'm not complaining. Anyway, yeah, so once again, this has been another podcast episode, and you can find me on Twitter at Samster299, YouTube at Samster299. I put out a very lengthy discussion with myself, Sam, and Steve, and Sketch talking about To Be Hero X because that is an amazing show that unfortunately will not air on Toonami because it's Crunchyroll. So I just said screw it and make my own discussion video on it just because we really wanted to talk about it. Good show. Watch the show and then watch the discussion. I even made a fake promo, which I haven't done that in forever. Aside from that, like Blue Sky, I'm also there. And then for squad stuff, follow the YouTube, follow our Twitter, our Instagram, our Threads, our Blue Sky. Obviously go to the website for the articles. Like Sam today put out a throwback article on IGPX, so you can give that a read. And soon, hopefully, I don't know what the timeline is for that, but I will actually have an article up on there. It's supposed to be about like my reports on Anime Expo, looking back on it and all that. So hopefully that comes out soon. And expired merch on redbubble.com. I always have to keep plugging that for some reason. But Sam, where can we find you?
You can find me on Blue Sky at SZ Universe. As he mentioned before, I just recently put out my Toonami throwback article on IGPX. As of recording today, it's 20 years old. So I thought it would be apt to write about it. So please check that out. And that's all.
All right, Steve, where can we find you?
Find me on Twitter and Blue Sky at Zenvest. That's XENVEST. And did you mention that we have TikTok, Sam, too?
Oh, I forgot about. There's so many socials; it's hard to keep up. Yes, Toonami Squad TikTok.
Yes, we have TikTok. We're posting promos from the week, and of course, we're trying to post more throwback promos from the years as well on there.
All right, and Logan, where can we find you?
You can find me at Schmollis1 on Twitter, at Schmollis on Blue Sky, and that's about it.
All right, I'm surprised no discotheque plug there.
I don't really have anything to plug at the moment. I will say I've got something exciting in the pipe that, well, let's just leave it at that. Hopefully, probably not by the next podcast, but we'll hopefully have it announced soon-ish, maybe.
Oh man, it's totally the Hamtaro release, guys.
How did you know? I'm kidding.
All right. So yeah, this has been another Toonami Squad podcast episode. Next podcast is most likely looking to be our year in review, so that's always going to be a fun one. So we'll probably see y'all again in the end of 2025 when we look back on this year as a whole. But until then, y'all take care. Y'all have a good one, and see ya.
Later.
Later.